Hi, my name's Tommy Weber. I've been teaching about water and health for about 45 years. I've worked with cancer patients for a long time. One of the most important things in your body is water, and it's 70% of the system. So if you look at some very simple things, and I'm trying to keep this simple because a young friend of mine knows that I'm very long-winded and I get off into the weeds about things. So let's keep this direct. Everyone that has a chance to look at this, I was on a radio show about 45 years ago, and they said that you could say whatever you want. That's not true. This entire economy, this entire country is controlled by people who have agendas. This particular video, I don't have an agenda. I would like everybody who sees it just to Google a selection of symptoms of dehydration. You will get an eye-opening list, which includes cancer, heart disease, arteriosclerosis, restless leg syndrome, depression, anxiety, stress levels in your body go up when you don't have water. So all you need to do is Google that. Google dehydration. But from a very simple perspective, people are facing very, very difficult choices. Diabetes is rampant, obesity is rampant, and these things are not badges of courage. They are problems that have gone wrong with the one machine that you've been given, and whether we like it or not, we can't poison it back to health. But water will help. I mean, if you think about Alzheimer's and autism and all of the problems that are created by these things, just take Alzheimer's from a simple perspective and take a sponge that you wash your car with, throw it on the ground in the garage when you're washing your car. It could be a brand new sponge. It looks like your brain. Well, you leave it in the garage for several months, and what happens? It becomes old and wrinkled and decrepit. But if you take some water and go out into the garage, and this is true of us too, and you just start sprinkling the water in the middle of the sponge, it starts to get younger, more pliable, more flexible, more resilient. So the effects of water are magnificent. Water is magical. You cannot hydrate your system. You cannot hydrate the billions of cells that are inside your body with soda, coffee, iced tea, fruit juice. You have to stay away from the things that have poisoned the system. And sugar is a huge, huge issue. It changes everything. It changes the dynamics. Water is magical. If you sing to it, speak to it, it will change molecular structure. But just like anything else, your body has to break it down to make it usable. And when we're drinking water and we're drinking it from plastic containers, there are other things in it. So your body has to distribute and change the water clusters into H2O. H2O is the place that you want to be with hydrating your system, because it is the ability to fill up the discs in your spine. It's the ability to fill up all those little cells, red blood cells, hair cells, fingernail cells, kidney cells, liver cells. All of them need to be hydrated. And they need to be hydrated continuously, and they need to be hydrated daily. If you want to be healthy, you cannot do it without water. It takes the hydraulic activity in your spine, filling up the discs, which are 70% water, to make you able to stand up and walk around and twist and jump and play and do all of the things that you would like to do well into your 80s. And if you're like me, I would like to stay physically active. I'm 73 years old and I am pretty active still. I can walk in the heat in Florida 10 miles a day. I can go to the pool, and I'm concerned that people have given over their ability to make choices to another group of individuals. You cannot poison your body back to health, but simply drinking water seems to me to make sense, and it's a simple way to affect a whole bunch of different things that people are telling us go wrong. That includes diabetes and heart disease. It includes cancer. So if you look at those things and you really, really take to heart that your body needs to be hydrated, and you think of the things that are really going wrong, you start to see obesity and diabetes and all of these things that are in the news every day. Well, if you think about obesity, we have to understand that it's an inflammation problem, not a fat problem. And it has to be affected by doing the right things for the machine, and one of the most miraculous is drinking water. You know, when I deal with people who have an issue with overfat, it's not something that you can hide, but it's also not something that you want to give your body permission to do and treat it like we're victims because it's happening to us. There are things that you can physically do and you can make it better, but you have to do it. You have to make the choices. Cellular activity is an electrical component of the machine. Everything works in this machine by transmitting and transmuting stuff that we put in to the microbiome. There are ways to do this in the mind-body-spirit connection, but we have to understand that our subconscious mind is 40 million times more powerful than our conscious mind. And in order to make it work better and make it work for us, the way that it grows our nails, recreates our red blood cells, recreates our kidneys, our liver, and our pancreas, we have to keep the system clean. Pasteur said that germs and bacteria cause disease. He recanted most of that information and changed it when he was dying on his deathbed. He said life and death begins in the blood. And the blood is over 90% water. Your brain is over 90% water. Your bones are 25% water. The discs in your spine are 70% water. Everything that we do every day depends on the magical component that makes up 70% of our body, and that's water.